Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to talk to you about Section 58 of the Criminal Justice and Licensing Scotland Act, 2010. This legislation seems to be commonly used by Police Scotland as a cover-all when they don't have other grounds to arrest or request an individual's personal details. The legislation itself can be construed as a statutory breach of the peace. Several online auditors have fallen foul of the misuse of this legislation in recent times. I've included links to their videos in the description. It's essential that these corrupt police officers are brought to task for their flagrant abuse of power. I'm going to start by looking at the legislation itself. It can be summarized by saying that to substantiate the offense, there must be a course of conduct, either one single act or a combination of multiple acts, which is threatening or abusive, and the content of which is likely to cause a reasonable person fear or alarm. The conduct must either be intended to cause, or reckless as to its likelihood of causing, fear or alarm. It is a defense to this offense, to show that the behavior was, in the circumstances, reasonable. Having looked in detail at the legislation, the offense is fairly clear in laying out the requirements, with one exception. The behavior in question must be likely to cause a reasonable person fear or alarm. We must establish what in fact is a reasonable person. The Oxford English Dictionary defines reasonable as having sound judgment, fair and sensible. They go on to suggest that being reasonable is based around good sense and logic. A legal online dictionary has defined a reasonable person as being a hypothetical person in society who exercises average care, skill, and judgment in conduct, and who serves as a comparative standard for determining liability. It is fairly apparent that the police do not always look objectively at the reasonable person test, as this will vary in different situations and around different courses of conduct. Returning to recent arrests in Scotland, an auditor was accused of a Section 38 offence for photographing a prison from the opposite side of the road. The complainers were prison officers, safely housed within the secured prison. Applying the reasonable person test to this conduct, it is fair to say that a reasonable person has little or no cause to be in a state of fear or alarm. The police, however, used this legislation as a reason to require personal details from the auditor. The auditor correctly refused his details, and was then arrested for failing to provide details to police, as well as later being charged with the Section 38 offense. I will put up a further video soon, regarding police rights to require your personal details in Scotland. For now, I would urge auditors and photographers to become familiar with the Section 38 offense, as it is clear that some police will attempt to abuse this legislation to force you to provide your details. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe for more videos soon. I also hope to bring you photography audits in the near future.